Good morning. This one, if they aren't all, is a bit strange or different. Right now it's early October in the Hearts Pass campground, or close to it. This is an area outside Mazama, Washington, and it's we got snow last night. There's not much left, but the reason I'm here, I'm with some people that are doing the Pacific Coast Trail, the PCT, which is a 2,600 plus mile trek from Mexico to Canada. In other words, you just go up the west coast of the United States from border to border. And about 700 people a year attempt it, and about 60% of those make it. So it's a bit of a select group. I've never done it, don't plan to, especially after the the cold of last night up here in the mountains, because you go from desert conditions at one end to mountains at another, and the Sierras all the way through the middle, and it takes stout folks who've got all their gear together to handle what amounts to 6 months. If you do it in 6 months, that's pretty good. I've just talked to someone who's almost finished, and they'll finish in about 200 days. So it's quite an achievement. Nothing to take lightly. Of course, you have to have the wherewithal and the fortitude and the good sense and good luck to not get too much snow or whatever. They say finish this thing by a certain time in October, because then the snow starts to come in. People are starting to come in this morning. It's about, I guess, 10:30 or so in the morning, and before that it was too dark, snowy, slippery for people. The last, if you drive in here from Mazama, the last 15 miles or so are on a dirt road, which is anything but easy to drive. It's your GPS will tell you that you've got only so many miles to go, and then tell you got an hour to do it, and you think something's broken. But it's really just a matter of how slow you have to go. So imagine this road that you see before you, but with a lot of potholes and a lot of rocks sticking up. So, and it's a two-way lane, and it gets narrower than this, so it takes some doing. So if you come up here, we're up here to not to do any hiking, big hiking anyway, but to give some much needed junk food primarily to people whose bodies need the sugar and carbohydrates to keep going. There's about 30 miles between here and the Canadian border. Right now, because of sort of nationalism and isolationism, the border's closed. So if you get to Canada, 30 miles from here, you got to turn around and come back to here in order to sign a logbook, which I will show you in just a second, to show that you finished it. Before, you could finish there at the Canadian border, go border to border, but now you got to come back an extra 30 miles. That started with the pandemic, but now the pandemic's over. It's and these people, by the way, over here are what's called trail angels, and they do the kind of good deeds for their fellow hikers that many of these hikers depend on. So to give you an idea where we're at, for some kind of orientation, Mazama is 19 miles behind me. This is in northern Washington. Just came out of Canada. You go up here. You'll see they've got an American and Canadian flag, which tells you that you're at Hart's Pass. There's a little guard station here. No one's occupying it right now. Season's over. And you're kind of on your own. That's why you have these trail angels. And if you see under here, this is snow covered from this morning. One of the parts that haven't burned off yet, but underneath this says welcome to Hart's Pass, PTC class of 2025. So if you are one of those select few who have walked those 2,600 miles, you can sign this sucker. Little horseshoe for good luck. Pen to scribble your details on. You put your name and the date you finished and all that stuff. And that's here for anyone that wants to take such a trek. Got an extra 6 months to use. So for all those hardy souls who want to see what they're made of, what kind of metal constitutes their being, and I tell you, it's got to be a lot hardier than mine because my hands are freezing off doing this. Come on down. Oh, I almost forgot. I've had a lot of positive responses, I must say, maybe more than I could eventually handle. But for those who are as inclined as my good friend Chris in the Bordeaux region of France, who is sponsoring this segment of the trip, I just say thank you and happy trails. I'll hope to get any shots up here that people want to see from wherever it is in the world they're interested. See ya. I guess part of the thrill for hikers who do this is that they see views like this all along their way, up and down the western side of the U.S. Beautiful.